I knew that the visa I wanted to get was the O1 visa. It's the extraordinary ability visa. But getting this visa is really hard. You have to have generated patents in your field. You have to have spoken in conferences. Like, it's a really arduous process. We had already started SwipeSense. The company has already raised $1 million. We have employees, like we have customers. And I have this sword hanging over my head. And at any moment, the US government can turn around and say, by the way, you don't get to be here. Not good enough. I had that fear. I always looked at America as a place of opportunity. The decision to come here was easy. The making a life here was hard. My name is Mert Hilmi Iseri. I'm an entrepreneur, an author, and a professor at Northwestern University. My grandfather founded the first mattress company in Turkey. The company wasn't doing so well. And I remember walking around in this empty warehouse where the beds were made. And I grabbed one of the bricks from the walls. And I remember saying this to myself, brick by brick, this place got built. I can build anything with just this one brick in America. I can do this on my own. I remember thinking at the time, oh, Chicago, like Chicago Bulls, like Michael Jordan, like this is great. Like many major American cities, Chicago has this really powerful hub of entrepreneurship and innovation in its core. I really grew to really call it my second home. But people are like hard workers here, and good work comes out of it, and there's that combination of ambition and humility, which I so cherish closely to my heart. The beginning of SwipeSense was a project that began in this building, in the Ford Design Center at Northwestern University. And at the time, the first organization that I helped start, Design for America, was running its first summer fellowship. And this is basically students coming together from different backgrounds, working with a local partner to come up with ideas that help them out in some shape or form. In our case, this was reducing hospital-acquired infections by increasing hand hygiene compliance. We built this prototype. We basically Velcroed to the back of a pouch of hand sanitizer, this little roller, that if you wiped your hand on it, it got, hand sanitizer on your hands. And what I thought was the aha moment would be the beginning of a 10-year journey where we clearly did not figure this out. There was so much work to be done. After doing this for many, many years now, we have a hardware platform. What that means is connected sensors around the hospital. Every healthcare worker gets a smart badge that basically goes behind their ID badge, and when they walk into a room, this thing communicates with that location beacon. We want to know when you entered and when you exited the room. Every one of those encounters is an opportunity for you to wash your hands. And from this little library of data, you can generate all kinds of applications. When you go to the hospital and you get an infection, patients lose their lives, which is a tragedy. There's cost to that care that we all bear out of. Like, the hospital-acquired infections as a whole cost the healthcare industry between $30 and $50 billion. And who pays for it? Well, you pay for it. You pay for it with your insurance premiums, you pay for it with your taxes, you pay for it with your healthcare subsidies. So our biggest impact is reducing these preventable errors. We have hospitals in North Dakota, we have hospitals in California that use our solution. And every time we get a new contract, get a new hospital, we hire people in that state to help us implement our solution. So that's hundreds of people that we hired over the years to help implement our solution. That means that our impact isn't just isolated to the one state that we're based in. Our works truly span across the whole country and created economic impact that's just beyond and above and beyond Illinois. I would say that's obviously a big part of our economic impact as well, but it's dwarfed by the healthcare impact that we generate. The work that we have done is meaningful, and it's continuing on because we have wonderful partners at AC Johnson now. And even when I'm not there anymore, the mission continues. There's still hospitals benefiting from this. There's still patients benefiting from this. That's how we left this place a little bit better than I found it. I cold emailed an immigration attorney. I need some help. Like, what are my options? You can stay in the country for 27 months. So 27 months I had to figure out how I can build a company that can stand on its own feet that eventually can turn around and sponsor me. But I was determined. I said, I have 27 months and I can put together enough materials to stay in the country. And that's exactly what I did. I hustled my back off. And in the end of it, I finally hit my submit my application. I get this crumply letter in the mail. And I open it up saying, your O1 visa application has been granted. like this relief just washed over me. After, however many, 9 years of this, going back, getting the renewal, this and that, my attorney told me, like, okay, you're eligible to apply for a green card. I was like, okay, let's do it all over again. By this time, the application materials had ballooned up to this like shoebox size thing, this huge document pile. Something arrives in the mail, in this crumply mail, this time with a green card on the inside. And I remember feeling so joyful with having this. Like, I was like, I'm gonna frame this thing. Like, I worked so hard for this thing just to go outside and breathe this air and say I live here, and not worry about, do I have to be kicked off the next day? America is the #1 country in the world right now. And it's for a reason. It's because we have this vibrant economy, this vibrant spirit of entrepreneurship where you can come in and still make it. The American dream is still alive and real. And the idea is that because the dream is alive and well, we attract talent, we attract ambition, we attract people with bold ideas, and that's how we stay ahead. As a result of me being here, we've created tens of millions of dollars in value, hundreds of jobs, thousands of patients' lives impacted because of the work that we do. That work could have happened elsewhere. If we shut down this gateway of entrepreneurship, we're not just saying no to the people, we're saying to everything that they bring along with them. I believe as a country we're better off if we have more scientists, technologists, engineers, as well as more entrepreneurs and innovators. We're better off as a country, so why not make it easy for both those opportunities? This kind of like entrepreneurial strength is what gives American economy the foundation that it stands on. And by not allowing additional sort of like hands to sort of keep this foundation up, we're chopping at the root of this tree that is mighty and stands tall. But it can't stand that tall unless we keep giving it nutrients and strength.